my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 Creative Sim video today. And so today is definitely going to be a really great day, just because I'm excited to say that I'm actually creating a sim, but I'm also finally, after 84 years, creating a pet. And I haven't created a pet in a very long time, since like probably cats and dogs, or a little after that, because I normally don't really play with pets, because to me they're like just another added slot to the household that you have to take care of, and like they're just there to me, so I just don't really play with them. But this time I wanted to do something different, because on my live stream a couple days ago, I decided to actually do the Racks to Riches challenge in Sulani on the off the grid lot in Sulani, which is super cool, but it's extremely hard to like figure out and like do everything and make money and live off the land and not starve to death. But I later on figured it out. So I did this sim and the pet on a live stream, but the thing is that I did not know I was actually recording, because I just didn't. But later on found out, till this like today, I had a 7-hour recording of my making the sim and the pet, and my entire stream that was like 4.5 hours long, alongside after my stream of me just browsing my computer of Sims custom content and organizing my save file document and pretty much everything under the sun. And it was kind of a hot mess. So I had to go through all that footage. I found the Creative Sim portion and some other things as well. And to be honest, it was totally worth it, because I found some funny moments that I kind of want to go through and like capture a little bit more of it, because when I was playing my Rags to Riches like gameplay on my live stream, I discovered some things that I normally would not thought I would see in the game. So like I was kind of giving like my first impressions of the gameplay, because when I went to EA Play a couple of weeks ago, I actually didn't really play any of the gameplay at all. I mainly was only there for like, create a sim and build and buy, and that's pretty much all I did. I built like, like I did 2 houses. I did a create a sim overview, but never really actually released the video. I also did some other stuff as well, but didn't release those videos at all either, because they were kind of iffy, and they felt rushed, because I was extremely busy while at EA Play, but also in LA, because I had so much going on behind the scenes that you don't know about, but also like some things that you'll find out later. But to be honest though, it was totally worth it. But I do have plans to do some creative sim stuff based around Sulani and the new pact with Karen, Randy, and the whole 9 yards, and alongside some other things with my Larson family that is coming back. In case you guys didn't know, the Larsons from my Cats and Dogs LP, they are coming back. They were supposed to come back for seasons, but it didn't happen that way. But they're coming back for Island Living, and I'm also making a little mini series with Karen and Randy and the whole 9 yards of based around, her life and stuff like that. And what else am I bringing back? I'm bringing back like 3 different series, 2 LPs, 1 mini series, 1 full length LP. And I'm also bringing back a build series that you probably don't know about. It was called Design and Decorate. I just have to like remake all the graphics for it, and like figure out, the season 2 intro, and it's a lot, but I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna work, and I think it's gonna be quite well, because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask MsGryphi to make me an intro for Design and Decorate, and I'll use it for that series, for that season, until I end it again. But only time will tell, and who knows, she probably won't watch this video, but I'll let her know on Twitter, on her DMs, because in case you guys not know, MsGryphi, Tanya, the lovely, talented builder who builds all these amazing tiny homes. She is actually the creator of my intro, my current intro that is very yellow, sunflowery, and basically my entire brand, my vibe, my essence of flavor, basically, of my channel. And if you guys want to check out her channel, I will leave a link down below in the description at the very bottom, because it's always at the bottom of my description box as my default. So in case you guys wondering, MsGryphi, Tanya, great, lovely person. I met her at EA Play, and she's super amazing. And I don't know, I think I was sitting next to her. No, I was sitting next to Love Simply Sims and then Dr. Ashley. And I think MsGryphi was like next to Dr. Ashley, I believe. Either way, I was close nearby talented builders, and I'm like, how do you build things like this with your hands and your mind and your eyes? Like that does not work for me. Nevertheless, I was here struggling trying to find money on an island because when I was playing my game in my live stream, I realized that it's extremely hard to make money on the off the grid trade because once you're off the grid, you have no technology, nothing works, you can't use your plumbing, you can't do basically anything. And I, for one, I love a challenge, but that's like actually insane. Like you cannot even use your own plumbing. So I'm gonna have to find some custom content where it's like not plumbing, but it's plumbing where you can like actually use the toilet and also wash your hands like in a bucket or whatever, because you just can't do it. And you also can't actually, you can't use the washboard from laundry day stuff, like the one with the bucket of water and the washboard. You can't use it. So you're basically on an island and you're going to starve to death and you're going to be constipated every single day of your life and have dirty clothes. So you can't really do anything until it's fixed. So I'm pretty sure EA is aware of that issue, and hopefully they fix it in another like update, because it's kind of annoying when you're like trying to live off the land, but it's like also extremely hard to do all these different things that you normally could do but can't do right now. And the funny glitch that I found in my gameplay is that when your Sims are like trying to go to like that Bowie in the deep part of the ocean, somehow when they scuba dive, at some random moment they start walking above the water, and I find that kind of hilarious because I'm like, who do you think you are? You're not Jesus. You're not walking on water. You're walking above water, because that's insane. But then again, it's a simulation, so you can basically do whatever you want in The Sims. So I'm like, I'm going to roll with it. It builds their fitness skill for them to go deeper and deeper into the ocean, like further and further and further. And I like that. And the cool thing about the swimming is that your Sims can actually get cramps. So when Lila, the Sim that I'm making right now, Lila Marks, and she is making a mark on this world, she had a cramp in the ocean, and I thought she was gonna drown because like cramps hurt, so like you're cramping up your leg, and I felt like she was gonna drown and get attacked by a shark, because there are sharks in Sulani and you can actually get eaten by a shark if your Sim is very tensed, and your Sim could die that way, which is very scary. But I found out that with Lila, she is very, very talented at like finding things in the ocean, but also like combing the beach as well, find like random seashells, and finding like collectibles that she normally wouldn't find back in the city, because she used to live in Sam, as you know, but she wanted to come out into Sulani to just look at the world in a different perspective, because like she's gone to Sulani on like vacation but never really actually lived there, and she wanted to do like a little bit of a challenge where she wanted to do something different, but she didn't really have the money or the funds to do it until just recently, because she is 26 years old. And wait, no, yeah, no, she's actually very young. It's like 23. 5 years ago I was in high school. Yeah. Yeah, so like she's 23 years old, and she was going on a cruise ship for her 5th year anniversary for her high school reunion. Was organized by Heather, the class president back in the day of high school at Sam, as you know, Academy. So basically, Heather organized this entire thing to take a 5-day cruise around Sulani, around the tropical beach area. And basically what happened, the ship crash landed in a random deserted place, in around an active volcano with an like abandoned ship, which is actually literally in the ground. So like if you are in Sulani and where the volcano is at, there's like a little abandoned container build over there, but it's also like an abandoned looking ship. And that's basically where Lila's class basically ship crash landed. It's buried underground basically right now, and everyone else is like roaming around the world or whatever, but they later on found out to leave without telling Lila, because Lila was kind of like the quiet, timid, never really talking to anyone type of person back in high school. So no one really told her how to get off the island. So like her goal and her mission is basically to get off the island, connect, have a deeper connection with the elementals of Sulani, but meeting the locals, befriending them, find her one true love, maybe, possibly, who knows what will happen, but also try her best to get off the island with the resources that she collects from the island, the elementals, the locals, and just things that she finds on the beach or in the waterfall or in the ocean, because she has found quite a bit of stuff. She has sold quite a bit of stuff on her own, like some seashells, some topaz, some other elements, some frogs that she was at the waterfall, and just like some random fish that's not very common, because she has found at least 2 illegal fish that are both endangered, and she kept them both, and she has not gotten in trouble yet. So I'm like kind of concerned that she might get in trouble by the law or the elementals, where they say if you take this fish, bad things can happen. And so like, I'm not really sure what can happen to her in the distant future, but until now, she is totally fine. And I, for one, am very pleased about that. And as for her dog is like more of a hunter, Axel Rose. I know, Axel Rose. And he is a greyhound, and I wanted to make sure that he had, like, you know, the best traits as possible. And he is also an adult dog, so he could, like, die at any point in time. So he has, like, the adventurous trait, the hunter trait, and the loyal trait. And I feel like those traits were, like, really, really good for a dog for him, especially when you're living off the grid, and you don't really have a lot of money or resources to feed your pet alongside yourself. It helps Axel and also Lila to not worry about, like, you know, always trying to find food, because Axel somehow is never hungry. Like, he finds food out of random. He's like, when I come back home, he's fully, his energy bar, his food bar is full to the max. I'm like, how is this possible? So it works in their favor, and it works in my favor too. So I'm very pleased on how far Lila and Axel Rose have come so far. They have almost about 3,000 simoleons to their name. I'm probably going to do a current household update video based around of what I've done so far, because they're kind of like my current household, but also like the Delusto family. Like, they're also my current household, so they have like two running at the exact same time. I know, sounds kind of crazy, but that's just me, because I can never stay on one household at a time. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap up this video and voiceover right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below, as always, if you guys want to go and see Lila's backstory, more of who she is as a person, where she's staying at, and how is she really doing off the grid, because I want to show you guys, but I wanted to make sure that you guys want to see it as well. But, you know, life is good. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. So it's a good old fashion fun. Either way, like I said, for the 15th time, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!